As the mist rises above the lush, rolling hills of Rwanda, life goes on as usual. But these everyday images belie a horrific past. A past that saw a genocide unleashed overnight. Hutu militias yielding machetes, spears, and knives took to the streets, hunting and killing minority Tutsis and moderate Hutus at a staggering pace. When the bloodshed ended some 100 days later, an estimated 800,000 people had been killed. This is the story of one survivor, 29-year-old Annoncietta Nirategekimana. It's also the story of Rwanda today. Annocietta's story began one June morning in 1994 in a small village in the middle of the country.
We were sitting in the living room and we saw them through the window.
They were Hutu militia, and they quickly descended on her village. Annocietta fled, only to be caught by Hutu militia and raped day and night. She was only 16 years old, and she was alone, seeking refuge for 3 months until she was finally reunited with her mother. Of a family of 9, only the 2 survived. Annocietta learned that her father was drowned, and the identity of one of the men involved was soon revealed. He was her neighbor. He and more than 120,000 other suspects were crowded into jails around the country to await trial. By 2001, Rwanda had tried only a little more than 5% of the more than 100,000 suspects still in detention. And so, the government turned to its communities to help deliver justice using a system shaped by centuries-old tradition. It's called Gacaca, a village-level court system. Fatuma Undingaza, Executive Secretary of Rwanda's National Unity and Reconciliation Commission.
We have to live together. You don't have a country for a victim, a country for a perpetrator. It's a question of survival if we want to move on.
But moving on was something that Annocietta wasn't sure she could do when, in July 2007, the man that helped kill her father stood in front of their village court.
He pleaded guilty and confessed before Gacaca court. Asked for forgiveness to all Rwandans and to me in particular.
The community's judgment, permission to return to his village. He and Annocietta were once again to live as neighbors. But they were both left to wonder, can you ever really recover from the wounds of the past?
The people welcomed me back, and now, even those I have betrayed, we are living well together.
You know they're talking about reconciliation these days. Those who've killed my relatives, all of them have been released. They confessed, and I have forgiven them.
Annocietta says she desperately hopes that forgiveness will help her and Rwanda rise from the ashes and overcome the memories that remain.
Today, we live side by side in peace, but in my heart, I will never forget what is done to me, as he himself, wherever he goes, whatever he does, will always remember.
This report was prepared by Andy Gittow for the United Nations.